Daily video for November the 18th. Hopefully you traders had a fantastic weekend and a good day Friday trading. It was extremely volatile. I was looking for that 59.50 break. It didn't look good, the charts. As I stated, we got Bazooka Block Central here. Massive amount of dark pools on ES futures, kind of like here where I showed you, and we got that down move. Well, they kind of repeated it. I personally think it's dumping into strength, as you can see here and here. So it looks like they're offloading to people buying this, and they dumped it. Now, could it go higher? Of course. But as of now, because of this move, I am now in sell the rip mode. It's going to need more of a pullback for me to enter in a position long, even though this nice move that we got all the way up here for the Trump rally, as I stated, the oscillator was extremely peaked. It still is peaked. Look at this. Like it's really up there still. It's been hanging up there. And I did say that if we can get a sustained move below the 59.50 area, we could start looking for these major cluster areas here that I'm looking for a pullback. And that also puts the move into my lower band as well. So if we decide to move up again tomorrow, I'll be looking to short that. So basically where I would do it is probably the blue or the purple or even this cluster area again, right? Because it likes to, go up kind of like here, right? Up and then down. So kind of looking for that move, and that would up and put it into here. Now I have a little bit of a runner. I'm in the Russell, but the Russell also hit its target too. So we did bounce, by the way, here, which was an intraday pivot that I posted that I really liked. Here, I'll show you here. I put it in the forum and it nailed it. Looking for 58.75, 58.80, and I'm already out, but I can see it go to the 59.10, 59.15 area. And by the way, it's right here. It filled, and a massive, nice bounce. 58.96. You're talking about a 25 pointer already did. That for an intraday trade on ES is beautiful. So just goes to show you, tell that tech. Oh, baby, I love that. That was a nice bounce. I know some others are still holding. I could see it going higher, by the way. And what it would do, 59.10, 59.15 area, and above that, 59.25, this cluster. And above that, you look for these lines, right? These nice blue lines. Here's 59.60. So it can do anywhere a nice retrace up to there and then fall back down, or just Sunday, it just gaps down and then it comes to hit these cluster areas. So if it continues lower without a retrace going higher into these areas of resistance here, I have this for ES. I have 58.40 and below the sweet spot lining up with my lower band, 58.05. As you can see, that would line up with the lower band. So 58.40. So these clusters around here, right? We got this major cluster here at 58.41.50, but the pivots first, right? 58.40 is an actual pivot, and pivots those are the pivots that get hit exactly to the tick. Our pivots overrule the institutional levels. It's just these institutions love our pivots. It's just the way it works. But having the institutional level, like a 6,000 dark pool on ES futures, 2 blocks there, 6,000 total contracts, dark pools at 58.41.50, it's kind of overlapping my 58.40 pivot and puts it also into the lower band. So that gives it a very high confluence area. And that's what we look for. And by the way, with this video, please please share. I like to grow this community. And by liking and sharing and retweeting, you grow the community. Now, the community is free to sign up. So please subscribe, share, and hit that notification bar so that you'll know when there's a new video out. And by liking and sharing and retweeting and liking on YouTube, the algos, that's how they work. And then all of a sudden it kind of spreads, right? And the trading forum is free, right? I pay for quite a bit of money for those servers to host that custom made forward. So by liking and sharing, you help grow the community and you help, grow the community. So please please share. Anyways, let's go further here. That if we can get into the lower band here, especially the sweet spot, I'm giving this a sweet spot of 58.05. That would put it right on my lower band. And then from there, if we continue higher, that would make a higher high, and then we can go up to the upper bands. But for now, I think we're going to head up lower, especially meet up with the lower band. And I'd like to see some bazooka blocks here. We don't have any, right? And that tells me that we're still going to continue lower. But the bazooka block central here worked out here. Do they pull a fast one again and lift it up? They can, and that's where they would do it, is right here, the 58.05 area. And that would probably be a higher high, and then they could launch it again. But yet to be seen. But having the oscillator still up in the bleachers like that and hanging up there for a while, I think we have a ways to go, and I think we do hit the sweet spot of 58.05, and that would be another 100 points lower. And then we'll see what happens from there. Remember, you take this step by step. We're not crystal balls. We got to look at the market, and as the market changes, we change. And that's the beauty of these daily videos, doing them every day, which I do for five securities. I do them for ES, gold, silver, nat gas, and oil. And by doing these daily videos every day after the market close, if things change, the daily video change, and we look for different setups, right? So as the market changes, you change. And that's why it's important. You need to do your homework every day. By doing your homework every day, it prepares you for the next day. Same thing. So as I'm doing these daily videos, it's actually helping me too. It's not just helping members. It actually forces me to do them too. So it actually does a service for me, because I tend to look at 5 securities. I only like to trade 1 or 2 of them. Usually just 1. That's all you need. But by the way, the Russell, I put a bid there for the Russell at 23.10. It's in the forum too. And like I said, you can sign up to the community there. I didn't post that as a probable setup. By the way, it hit it. And it bounced. It's 3.65. So that kind of lined up. I'm still in short to rip mode in the Russell too. Did this monster move. I did say when it did this move, do you remember the Trump rally? I did say, I wouldn't be surprised this whole move gets wiped out, and it's already starting. It's just game. You just know. Like I said, when you watch screens long enough and you watch price, you get to pick up on things that other people don't. I don't give a shit about all these other people have been trading for so long. Look, the markets are changed. I've been trading for a very long time too, but you have people that say that they're trading for, it's just, look, these markets have changed. I don't give a shit who you are, what you say. These markets have changed. Simple as that. All right. And it's like you're playing a video game, and then you're playing a second part of the video game. The second part of the video game is totally different than the first part. So whatever you did in the first part is not going to work in the second part. Same with trading. So just be careful. As the markets change, you need to change. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like poker. If you see a lot of the professional poker players, they're done. They're done. They're done. There's only a few that actually survive now in poker. Daniel Negreanu being one of them. Phil Hellmuth. Yeah, he's still there too. Phil Ivey, which is the best, if you ask me. But a lot of those other players that play poker, they're broke because they never adapted to change. There's a lot of this new blood that came in. They're actually using AI now. And you can see a lot of those players are moving up. And a lot of the old players will be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So you got to adapt to change. You got to adapt to even new traders that are just starting. Don't think you're better than anybody. Don't think you learn it all. Don't think you know it all. This industry is a constant industry that you have to learn and update yourself. It's an industry that you got to continue to do your homework and it's even worse in this industry than I'm just using poker as an analogy. But what I'm saying is, as the markets change, you need to change. And it's just one of those examples where, this candle gets a lot of people buying, right? I would never buy up here after a move like this. That's just me. I wait for a pullback. And if it goes higher, I just move on to something else. But it was definitely the setup, especially with these bazooka blocks too. And then you get the move, right? Now, does this move get wiped out? I think so. I think it comes back to the 2240 area. It wipes out this whole move because that's what Wall Street does. Anyways, besides that, I know it's sad, but that's what it is. I wanted to bring up the VIX. Watch this. So even on Thursday, the daily video I did, I said, oh my God, the lower band is way up. I wouldn't be surprised we get a nice move to the gray. And that's exactly what we did. So over here, the band was still up, and that coincided with the ES that looked like it was going to get the slaps, and it did, because that 5950 area was right there. Like when I did the daily video on Thursday, I think it was like 59.63 and it was just hanging. I'm like, oh my God, it's just 13 points away. This thing's going to fall overnight. And by overnight, it started falling. Like you could tell when a move's going to get slaughtered too. They'd like to take it down overnight. And I think it was like around 10 o'clock, I checked the S and it was down quite a bit along with the NASDAQ and Russell. I'm like, oh my God, it looks like there's going to be a nasty night. And it was. And that gave the setup for the VIX higher. And that would set up UVIX here. I know someone took it in the forum. They're long UVIX and they added based on my band turning up. And they're looking for that gap to be filled. I think it does. But, you know, VIX did a 20% move. UVIX did a 20% move. So does this gap get filled and wipe out this? It probably will. My lower band is still up. But the thing is, it can still go here and then up. So be careful. Either they fill this gap now, Monday, or it comes back down again. They've got more bazookas. Probably loading up. It looks like they're loading up here again. I think they're loading up here too, by the way. And I think they're just loading up more. They're using futures to pound the price lower, and they're using the leveraged ETFs. Personally, what I'm thinking, to load up here. We'll soon find out. So that's it for now for ES. But like I said, please like, please share, please hit that notification button, and you'll be notified when there's another video. And by liking and sharing, you help grow the community, which is free to sign up. Just visit thebesttraders.com, fill out the application. My wife will overview your application, and that's it. So let's move on now to nat gas.